Mike Zeller has chaired the Small Task Claim Force Committee for Airroc. He has an absolutely great subcommittee. Jonathan Bank is on that committee, we have this initiative that is the Claims Dispute Resolution initiative for Airroc. So we are, for the first time, rolling this out to the public. So Mike is going to give the presentation that he gave to our members in February.
I serve on the Airroc board with Ali. I see Mary Ann, Kathy. I think John Parker is around also. We think through various challenges to the insurance and reinsurance industry and to the runoff sector specifically. And one problem which was coming increasingly to light is that especially for outstanding balances of a smaller size, the traditional arbitration paradigm just wasn't working. And it was really Jonathan Rosen's brainchild to get us started to think about developing what we initially called a small claims court, where parties could try cases of a size of maybe $50,000, $100,000, $500,000, which if you're going to have outside counsel and tripartite panels, there's no way to have the winner win. The winner will lose and the loser will lose more. That was the genesis of the idea. We have a task force that, yes, Jonathan is on, Peter is on, which has been working for the last year to try to develop an effective procedure to resolve smaller size claims, less complicated claims efficiently. The problems with the traditional arbitration paradigm, this audience experiences those problems firsthand. Outside counsel is aware of the problem. Parties are certainly aware of the problems. Arbitrators are aware of the problems. And the different parts of the equation blame each other. The outside counsel seem to get most of the abuse. Nobody likes to blame the parties because the parties decide who the arbitrators are going to be and who the counsel is going to be. But certainly parties deserve some of the, could be criticized as well. It's really the paradigm that doesn't work. And that was really the spirit behind the Airroc initiative. I consider this to be an industry problem. It's probably exacerbated in the runoff sector where you have a lot of unpaid balances, and there are a lot of insurance companies that have smaller claims against companies in runoff and feels very frustrated and has the choice to either write them off or start a tripartite proceeding, feeling that it's not going to be an effective proceeding, but feeling you have no other option. So we've discussed options today. Commutation is an option, which is right in certain circumstances, and mediation is certainly an option, and no-hold-bar arbitration is an option. But there was felt that there would be a new niche for having expedited proceedings for smaller claims. We've been at it for a little over a year, and at this point, in addition to a nice PowerPoint presentation, have a pretty fully developed set of procedures and forms which are going to be released to our membership as soon as the May meeting. And we have a plan to have our procedure usable, be in implementation mode no later than the end of the year. Task force members. Here are the key characteristics of the procedure. First one is certainly kind of a no-brainer, that you don't want to have a three-person panel with party-appointed arbitrators and an umpire. You're going to have a single arbitrator. The second feature we think is also important and probably a little less obvious. We will have arbitrators authorized by Airroc who agree to serve in Airroc-sponsored arbitration, so to speak. I'll explain that a little bit more, at a flat rate of $150 an hour. We will be taking applications for interested arbitrators very soon, and that will be a lower rate than what the higher-end arbitrators charge for sure, but these are also proceedings that will tend to be shorter. And I think that if two parties can get together and agree to use the shorter procedure, we think a lot of arbitrators will be willing to serve at the discounted rate because the parties are agreeing to an expedited procedure. Just to be clear, this is not something which parties are going to be putting in their arbitration provisions. These are two parties who know they have a dispute, can't decide what the right price is. It might be either one side's going to win or another side is going to win. So it's not very easy to split the baby, and they want a resolution, but they don't want to spend $750,000 to resolve their $500,000 claim. So the third key characteristic is the parties need to agree on whether there is going to be discovery, what discovery there is going to be, and whether there is going to be live witness testimony. And if the default rule is none. And we think that's very important for this procedure to work. A fourth characteristic is that it is not necessarily anticipated that outside counsel will be involved in these proceedings. They can be involved, but we think often in-house counsel will try some of these smaller size matters, and it's even possible that business principals might put on the presentation before the single arbitrator.